Last month, I talked to you about the Western Hemisphere Travel Initiative, and that I had talked with some ministers from the Caribbean relative to the passport requirement. And more specifically, I had spoken with the Bahamian Minister of Tourism, Mr. Obi Wilcham, and he was concerned that with the implementation of this initiative, it might have an adverse effect on tourism. At that time, you felt that it was the right thing to do, but that in the interim, for people who might have a problem, we would have created an opportunity for them to phase in, if you please, that implementation. Can you give me some idea as to how that's going?
Yes, I'd be delighted to. We did track this very carefully in the period of time leading up to the deadline, which was January 23rd, and we've done it since then. We've discovered that thanks to some very good communication by the destinations and by the airlines, at the time that we actually began the program on January 23rd, we had virtually perfect compliance. We had very few instances where people did not have the passports that they needed at the border. In those few instances where they haven't, we've allowed people in and we've simply told them that they have the requirement in the future. We obviously check their identification. But although I have to say that I think the press was dogged in trying to search out stories of problems at the airport, I have not seen any report of any significant problem with respect to the program. And it is, as we speak, virtually 100% compliance at all of our ports of entry. So it's a very important program because it's an important security measure for the country. I'm pleased to say we were able to put it in without a lot of inconvenience.
Okay, now a lot of that is with Canada. What about with the Caribbean?
It was 99%.
With the Caribbean?
Yeah. I think it may, and in some cases, I think it was 100%. I mean, it was really quite remarkable that people got the message and carried through on it.
Well, and I appreciate the fact that you facilitated a window of opportunity for those individuals who might not have received information relative to the passport. That was it 30 days or some kind of window?
Well, we continue to have the window open, and happily, it's been a window which very few people have had to pass through. Mm-hmm. So, you know, eventually, I think we will. Let me say, Mr. Chairman, we always allow people, Americans, to return. It's just that if you don't have a passport, it sometimes becomes a little bit more difficult. I don't envision this as being any more problematic than what we face, for example, when people come back from Europe or Asia.
Well, then that's fine, and that resolves the question. Relative to the experiments under the Safe Ports Act, we have shared with you some concern about the technology that's being deployed at the ports. You can expect a communication from the committee as to whether or not that technology